Rodriguez, and this is Small Biz Spotlight to 10. Thank you so much for joining me again to my second episode to this. So if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, what we do here, or what I want to do with this channel, is exactly what the title says, is to put a spotlight on some small businesses here in San Antonio, hopefully in the future, in the surrounding areas. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. Now, please stay to the end of the video. I do have some important information for all of y'all. And we today are here on location. Here we have the San Antonio River behind us because our next guest, Kat Franklin, full disclosure, she is my niece.
Yay! That's the best part.
So she is a makeup artist and has done tons of commercials for the San Antonio River Authority, thus being here on location.
Awesome.
So let's get right to it. Now, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. So I am Kat Franklin, Kat Ibarra Franklin, right? So we don't want to forget that. But I am a hair and makeup artist here in San Antonio, local. I am born and raised in the southeast side of San Antonio, so staying true to my roots and always coming back is something that I love to do. I have been doing hair and makeup for TV and film for just about 12 years, give or take a few months. But it's something that I love to do, something I'm very passionate about. And the best part is coming on location and doing fun stuff like this with you. So I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I know you are such a busy person. So thankfully, right?
Yes.
So first of all, the question is, of course, you already answered. You're here from San Antonio.
Born and raised. Yep.
Okay, and so you're a makeup artist, as we can see here.
Yes.
At the end of your title, Kat Franklin, what is the HMUA stand for?
The HMUA, I get asked all the time, and I kind of feel a little like sophisticated because I used to tell my dad that the HMUA stood. It was like a DDS or like doctor, stuff like that. So I felt very important, and I am important, right? So you believe that. So
absolutely.
The HMUA stands for Hair and Makeup Artist. So I do hair and makeup, and it's so much fun, and I have it labeled on my back. So
nice.
That way everybody knows, hey, that's Kat Franklin, HMUA.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I knew about the hair and makeup, but the rest I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they call us other things too. Vanities department, stuff like that. So,
okay.
yeah.
So what drew you to makeup?
Honestly, I'm going to blame my great-grandma. I'm going to blame my great-grandma Lupe, and I'm also going to blame my best friend's mom, Stella. They're both passed, they're in heaven, and so I carry their souls with me all the time. But my great-grandma used to watch me, and I would get real bored, and I would say, "Hi, Grandma, I'm bored," waiting for my parents to come pick me up after school, and she would bring out, and you might remember this, but she had a Folgers can, and inside of it would have teeny tiny pieces of crayons and little colors, and so she would set that in front of me with some paper, and she says, "Here, color, Mija, just color, right? And you won't be bored anymore." So, coloring all the time, and then I started, like looking at nature, and my dad also, I'm going to blame my dad also. So I got a lot of avenues on where I'm like, okay, it's kind of surrounded me my whole life, and coloring, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, you can create all kinds of fun stuff with just color. And so, that's kind of where it started when I was a kid. And then I would have drawing contests with Dad at home. And we were bored Saturdays, summer, Dad was off and Mom was working. And he's like, well, let's have a drawing contest. It's like, okay, let's draw, right? So here we are drawing, coloring. And then as I grew up and I met Marisa, my best friend, her mom owned a beauty salon. And it was actually just right down the street, maybe like 3 minutes from here, her beauty shop. And we were bored, and we'd ride our bikes, and we'd go hang out at the beauty shop. And so we would color our hair, and we would play makeup, and we would do all of this stuff. And so it's really surprising to me is that when Stella passed away, it made me reflect back on like, wow, I was really paying attention to her. It's so funny how I thought that I was going to be in the dental field because that's what my mom's a dental assistant, right? So I initially wanted to be a dental hygienist, but then they were like, oh, 8 years of school, because I was going to be a dentist, right? At first I was going to be a dentist. I was like, 8 years of school, forget that. Like, I want to be, I can't do that. So I kind of changed it on myself, but artistry just kind of fell on my lap. I got into the banking business, and I was good at it. I just wasn't happy with it. And I remember telling Dad I was going to go to esthetician school, and he was like, what are you doing? Because, you know, he's old school Mexican man. How you go work for the bank, right, where the money is? I was like, just because I work for the bank doesn't mean they're going to give me the money, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, just things like that. I just didn't realize how often I was really paying attention to Stella when she was styling hair and coloring hair and letting us play with her makeup and things like that. And so just a bunch of little tidbits. Even you that worked for Clinique, and she would always have sneak into her room when she was asleep in the morning before school, and we would put makeup on her, on ourselves, and there we are, me and my cousin Roxanne at middle school looking good with Clinique makeup on. So I remember that. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yes.
So, well, really, like she stated, being with colors and art has really run in our family, and this is your take on it, and it's definitely art. It definitely is.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad, you know, from a family perspective, that you found this passion of yours, and it's so connected to beautiful, happy memories.
Oh, totally. It's amazing. I mean, I actually brought this because this is kind of like one of my staples that I have with me all the time. My great grandma Lupe used to watch me, and again, here's her effect on me, and I didn't even realize it. So first it was with the crayons here, color, and Grandma Lupe would be in the kitchen, and she could be making grandma stuff, right? Doing grandma stuff. So yeah, so then here I am, because she had this huge bird, Chico, and I would go in there, and Chico would be hanging out on top of the cage because he wasn't even in it. And so I would sneak in, and I would see Grandma's beautiful vanity, and she had airspun loose powder in there, and so it smells so good.
Yes. And when I smelled this, guys, it was like a blast from the past.
Yep.
It smells like Grandma.
It does, and I remember going to her room and like opening it up and smelling it, and then Chico would be, Grandma, no, it's telling on me, and I'm like, oh man, Chico just told on me. She never got upset, but yeah, I do carry this with me, and it keeps me grounded. It keeps me humble, and it just reminds me of her. And so I always feel her spirit around me when I bring out the airspun. This good stuff.
That is super vintage.
Yes.
Super vintage.
So I have tons of them, but this has been a little beat up because, you know, working on set and things like that. But I always have it with me.
That's beautiful. I love that all that is connected to Grandma, that beginning, the founder of our family.
The reina, right?
So you said you were thinking of all these other things until you decided makeup. Did you have to go to school for that?
I initially thought I had to go to school for it, and that's why I got into esthetician school. I graduated valedictorian in my esthetician school class. I was most likely to succeed and most entertaining. So that was a lot of fun. But after doing that program, I realized that I don't need a license to do hair and makeup for TV and film. That's kind of where I wanted to go. After I graduated esthetician school, I worked for a spa. I worked as a head esthetician for a Nevada spa, and I liked it. I just didn't have the passion that some people have for skincare. Like, and I love skincare. Like, you know, that's the best foundation that you have. Your makeup will not look great if your skin is bad. So you want to take care of that problem first. It's just like a house. Your foundation has to be, you know, right. And if not, because then everything else is going to fall apart. So same thing with makeup. But I just to do facials every day and waxing. Like, I have to do waxing again. Like, can I have some color? Like, let me do stuff. So I kind of ventured off. into there, and I realized I did not need to go to makeup school. There's no certification for that. You can take a makeup course by a certain artist, and they can offer you a certificate, but it doesn't mean that you need that certificate to proceed with whatever else that you're going to do in your career. It's just kind of, you learn from this person, and I took her course, and now I know that, well, I'm not going to say that artist's way. So that's pretty much all it is. So no, you don't need to go to school for this.
How long was your esthetician?
It was just 9 months.
9 months. Oh, okay.
Oh, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, things might have changed.
They might have changed. I know that the institution is still there. I don't know if the requisites have changed. Maybe the hours. I don't know any of that, but I do know that it was 9 months. Super fast. 9 months flew by. And it was so much fun. I'm actually still friends with.
You still had fun.
Yeah, I have really solid friendships with some of the people that I went to school with. So I like to think that that's awesome.
It was a win-win.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what was exactly your first job?
My first job on set, or would you say my first
set?
job? Okay, so my first job on set, I would probably have to say it was helping out with Chica Beauty. We were not even Chica Beauty at the time. We were Chica Girl Magazine. And we would get girls, motivating, inspiring girls from our community. It wasn't a tabloid magazine. It wasn't a gossip magazine. It was real girls. So we could get our neighbor from down the street, and she's amazing, and we would bring her in and we would interview them, and at the same time we would do like a photo shoot for them. So they would have like 3 outfit changes, 3 hairstyles, and maybe 3 makeup looks. And so we started off that way. They needed somebody to do the makeup for one of the photo shoots, and they hired me, and I started doing that. But my first real job on set, like a huge film production, was for TechStat, and that was through a production company called Geo Media, which I still work very closely with to this day. But it was for TechStat, and we were in Austin, Texas, and it was overnight, and we got to shut down like Congress Street, and we're just like driving in those big giant trailers, and it was just amazing. And I knew that that's what I wanted to be. Like, this is awesome. Like, wow. And they feed us, like they fed us all day long. So I love craft services. Can you tell, Emma? But yeah, it's so much fun.
How long did you, or you said you're still working with this?
Yeah, so I'm a freelancer, a contractor, and they're still in business. And so what they'll do is they'll get hired from a client, let's say River Authority, and GeoMedia already knows the freelancers that they like. Maybe they want to try a new contractor here, and so they'll hire us, and we work on set with them. So we're like their team. But I work with them actually next week, so, so I'll be working with them next week. But yeah.
How long have you been with them?
With 12 years. So I started when I had my first son. I had Lyric J. And after about maybe 2 months, 3 months, I decided I don't want to go back to work because I was working for Saks Fifth Avenue for Giorgio Armani Cosmetics. And I did not want to leave him. I waited so long to have a baby, and I didn't want to miss out. So I took the plunge. The hardest part is letting go, because I came from that security, from having insurance and from having all of this stuff taken care of, to like, wow, okay, Kat, now are you sure you want to do this? Because now you don't have insurance. Now you don't have a set pay schedule. What are you going to do? And I think that was the fire that I needed to keep myself going, because 12 years later, I mean, my son is the one that said, Emma was like, I want to be there with him, and I'm going to do that. And my husband actually helped support me with that. So
that's good to have a good support system.
It was totally scary.
This is not an easy industry to get into.
Right. And mind you, I'm freelance, so it's not like I have work coming at me. So I needed to be my own marketing person as well, and just word of mouth and things like that. So I did all that on my own.
So 12 years you've been doing that. Wow. So I've noticed, because like you said, we're related.
Yes.
So I know that you've been doing like the commercials and the TV, and not just with the San Antonio River Authority, not just with TechStot, but I've seen you with Paul Rodriguez.
Yes. That was a
seen,
big deal.
I've seen you with the Spurs team.
Yep.
And recently I've seen you with the Astros team.
Yes. Yes.
Who stands out to you the most? The celebs.
Well, for the longest time it was The Undertaker from WWE. I grew up, I don't know if you remember my cousins and I playing wrestling in the old house. And we would bring out the mattresses and sofa cushions and we thought we were wrestlers. So anyway, so I grew up around wrestling. So we were crazy. And I got hired to work with WWE and it was so amazing. And I'm meeting like John Cena, I met Nikki Bella, I met Ric Flair's daughter, I met so many people. But when The Undertaker came out, that was like my first fangirl moment where I like had to turn away and I just was like, "Ew!" And then I thought, okay, Kat, just be cool, calm, collected. Yeah. And I was so excited. He didn't need makeup, but he was very polite with it. I was just like, wow. So I got to see him like in real life, like roll his eyes back and like it was like so cool. But then recently, let's say the beginning of this year, I believe was when it was, or maybe the ending of last year, I got asked to do hair and makeup for Mary Lou Retton. And
wow.
She's so amazing. And it was not just Mary Lou Retton, but it was also Hoda Kotb from The Morning Show. And so Hoda flew in to interview Mary Lou Retton, and I got to go and hang out with Mary Lou Retton. Like, what? Mind-blowing. So my best friend Marisa and I, we used to, during the summer, we would pretend that we were gymnastics. I was very into imagining myself to be somebody else, right? I was gymnastics, I was a wrestler, like whatever I wanted to be, right? So we would play gymnastics and we thought we were Mary Lou Retton in her backyard. And so that was a conversation that Mary Lou and I had together where it was like, oh my goodness, like you are like a legend. And we used to pretend to be you. And her story is just amazing, and she just recently got interviewed for People magazine. But if you get an opportunity, I know the interview is out on YouTube, and it will, you can check it out. It's amazing. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, definitely.
Do a link to that.
That brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah,
of
it's so amazing. Like Mary Lou Retton, like wow. So she took it from the Undertaker. Sorry, Undertaker.
He can stand on his. How tall is that man?
Paul Rodriguez?
No, the Undertaker.
The Undertaker? I don't even know.
For us, we're Mexican.
Yeah, I'm 5'4". He's way over 6 foot. But height-wise, I think Victor Wembanyama is the tallest one that I've ever did hair and makeup for. Wow. So yeah, lots of cool people.
So do you have autographs?
So, because we're working, it's very hard for us to get autographs. They really don't allow us to do all that. So, if I ever post something, it's because I was really nice and like maybe I did it sneakily. Like I'm not supposed to. Something. No, I'm just kidding. No, but if we do sign an NDA, then non-disclosures, and I'm not allowed to do any of that stuff. Wow. So I have to be mindful of that. I also want to work.
Yeah, definitely.
I would love to get all the photos that I could with them, but
I've seen photos of you and Paul Rodriguez, of you and Ginobili.
Yes, I got to work with Ginobili twice. So that's really cool. I got to do a Gatorade Argentina commercial with him. And he remembered, he saw me because I was pregnant one time, and the second time I was not pregnant. He's like, hey, what happened? Something different about you. And I said, I don't have a baby anymore. I still look like it. But he starts laughing. That's such a great person.
You get to meet some awesome people in your line of work.
I got to work with Panic at the Disco, the rock band, or like the band from, I think I'm too old for all that, but really, really cool. Like we sang in the green room together. So it's a lot of cool stuff. Very blessed.
So in between all of that fantastic stuff, okay, let's get back to Chica Beauty.
Yes.
How long have you been with Chica Beauty?
So with Chica Beauty, like I said, we started off as Chica Girl Magazine. So Chica Girl Magazine first, And because of that feeling that the girls would get, so after we would get them done and they would do their hair and makeup, they would come in like really, really timid, really shy, like, my mom signed me up for this thing. I really don't want to be here. I don't know what to do. Like, there's cameras, there's people all around me. But when we were done interviewing them and getting their photos taken and makeup and hair, like this radiance just kind of oozed out of them. And so the sisters were like, how do we carry that? And I said, well, it's so funny that you say that, because that's the exact same reason why I do what I do. I love when I see like my clients and they're done and they're like, and they feel so good about themselves, and I love that feeling. Like, y'all have no idea how much that means to me when I see that. So, like, so happy. So the sisters noticed that, and they're like, what can we do? Like, how do we keep that feeling, but to last longer, not just for this moment? So they created Chica Beauty Cosmetics. So it's kind of started from there, but I mean,
like, did they had this concept already and they sought you out, or you knew them before?
I've known them for over 12 years. So, I mean, I've known that we were not moms, we weren't married yet, we were young and fresh and full of energy. So,
Ideas.
and ideas, and then we all kind of, we focused all our focus on Chica Girl magazine, and it was sold at HEBs, but we were already in the world of beauty and fashion and inspiring girls and things like that, because we didn't have that growing up. So it's a Latina-owned company, a Latina-owned business, and it's something that I resonated with, and I felt, you know, these goals and ambitions are the same thing that I have. So we were already in line with all of that. So when they started thinking about Chica Beauty, they did seek me out. We have meetings to this day about what new products we're gonna. Hey, Kat, what do you think about this new product? This is one of the new products. What do you think about it? Do you like the formula? So I have a lot of say-so when it comes to product and things like that. But I mean, I've been with them since the very beginning.
and I really like y'all's concept that everybody is beautiful.
Totally.
That's what I get from
We are,
it.
yeah. I mean, we're all made unique and special the way that God wanted us to be. So
It's just, this is just an enhancement of it.
that's it. We're just embellishing.
Right. I
polish.
really love that
Yeah.
about the Chica Beauty. And I have my own. I wear Chica Beauty because I really do like it.
It's so good.
And thank you for introducing it to me.
Yes.
So I have the anti-aging tinted moisturizer sunscreen.
Yes.
This I wear, no lie, all summer because it's got that SPF 30.
We all need it all year round,
Here
even in the winter.
In San Antonio.
Yeah.
I mean, and it feels like a lotion, but it's tinted, so it feels like it's
Putting a
makeup.
little, yeah.
And then y'all just came out with the concealer.
Love the concealer. That's like one of my favorite products in the line. I can't live without it.
Me either.
I can't live without it. It's amazing, amazing.
And I do have a look. I use it. You can
Yes,
tell.
our eyeliners.
This one is Plum Midnight Eyeliner.
So pretty. I love
Because
it.
I got brown eyes
And
and
it just kind of pops.
my Latina comes out.
Yes.
So with the Chica Beauty, you have been on, what is that? Let me check my notes. The Good Morning San Antonio.
It was Great Day SA,
Great Day
SA Living, SA Live. We've kind of saturated all the TV shows, which is great. So they know about us and they have relationships with the sisters, and they'll bring me on and I get nervous, and I've been doing live TV since I was pregnant with Lyrics. So
So that's totally different than what you're used to.
Yeah.
How did it feel to be in front of the camera?
Ooh.
You know,
Just like right now, it's a little nerve-wracking. I don't want to mess up. My whole theory is to make everyone happy, and if I mess up, then I feel like everybody's mad. So I'm like, well, but it's fun. It's an adrenaline rush, and I prefer to be behind the camera.
behind the scenes, I suppose.
Yes,
in front.
yes.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, it's fun. It comes with the territory, so I'll do it, and I've been doing it forever. So,
It's a great company to get behind is the Chica Beauty.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So also with that, you do have a TikTok. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna put all her social media and her Chica Beauty link in the description box below, so you can check them all out. But if you go to her TikTok, you have some how-to tutorials.
I have some how-to tutorials. If you sign up for Chica Beauty emails, you'll actually receive in the email some of my tutorials that they'll send out. Fun tidbits. I'm always asking about if there's any questions that anybody has. I'm very open about that. I lost my train of thought.
It happens.
It does.
But yeah, so TikTok, you have tutorials.
Yes.
You have little makeup tips there too.
I'm working on trying to get more balancing work, mom life, being a wife, and I gotta get those tutorials in there. So it's
a lot.
It's a big,
exactly, to juggle all of that together. But I really, really do enjoy your tutorials. Do you have, by any chance, some kind of Hollywood secret makeup tip?
A Hollywood secret?
Like, especially here in San Antonio, that it's humid, it's hot. What can San Antonio women do better? Like, what do you do when you're on scene, not on location, and it's like outside?
Okay.
What would be
Almost
the best
always, okay, you definitely have to have a good primer. Primer's going to help keep the makeup in place, and a good setting spray. So you can do a matte setting spray, you can do a hydrating setting spray. And I know you're talking about, we're outside, but sometimes we do need to keep that hydration in our skin. So other than a good primer, I always use oil absorbing sheets. These are really great. They're inexpensive, and if you needed to just do a quick touch up, you just grab one of these and it absorbs, so you're just pressing. It's almost like using a loose powder or a compact and doing it that way, but instead of applying more makeup, you're just absorbing any oils, and the makeup will stay in place. So oil blotter sheets are the bomb, and these are also really good. A little fan. That's the trick. Get you a little portable fan. These are so life-saving, and it really helps to have some of that stuff. Another quick fun trick that I actually just learned from one of the wrestlers is to use Aquaphor right underneath your eyes, and so that helps to not crease, but not a whole bunch, just a little bit. So it's that ointment, the skin ointment.
Right.
So you just use a very little bit, and then you can apply it, and it helps prevent creasing underneath the eyes.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, so I'm still learning. I've been doing this forever, but I'm still learning.
I mean, because makeup, like, advances as well, like any other industry. So you're always
evolving. The other techniques, they'll come up with new names, like baking. I don't know if you've heard of baking, where they put the powder here. Basically, it's just using your loose powder, and you're just applying powder because you're setting the makeup. And the powder will absorb any oils and just kind of set everything in place. So you can sweep off the rest, but they put a fancy word, baking, on it to make it look fun. But this is something that's been going on for the beginning of time, since makeup was around. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
They'll throw words, and they kind of make the clients a little like, I don't know how to bake, or I don't know how to contour, I don't know how to, but it's all just same technique.
Okay. So with the beauty, with the Chica Beauty, like we said, she has a link. Can we get discount?
Yes. yes, I'll do that for you.
How much?
It'll be a 10% discount.
Oh, nice.
Yes. But if y'all do that and you order, make sure you use that code, because that's how I get to feed my kids. That's how I get to buy more makeup. But so it's a coupon code, and it's CAT10. So CAT with a K and 10. That's all it is. That's it. So when you go to the Chica Beauty website and you order, right before you check out, there's a discount code area, and you just type in CAT10.
CAT10.
And that's it.
I'm gonna put that in the description box.
Yes. And so there's a lot of good stuff coming out. We have the Fiesta palette that just came out. We also have our Get It Chica palette, which is amazing. I actually can't look at it at home because I use that on my own self. But,
that's okay. We'll take a look at that.
But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So check it out, and you can save 10% on it, and sign up for Chica Beauty because they have tons of little sales that go on, like flash sales, and you can find them at Ipsy now. So if you're part of the Ipsy group, every month you'll receive. We came out with some new makeup brushes, and those are amazing. And we have so much stuff to share. So I gotta make some tutorials.
Yes, yes. Show us how to use all of those things.
Yes.
Because each brush does something different.
Yes. This is actually a Chica Beauty brush, and I love it. It's really cute. It's rose gold. My favorite. You can tell I love pink. But yeah, they're all in here and all over the place. I have more brushes. I only brought out some of them, but that's one of them there, and I love them. Yeah.
They do look really, really used. You know she works.
I need to shampoo my brushes, but we'll get that done.
Now that's a good question to ask you. As a person that uses brushes and makeup often, how many times should you be washing and cleaning your brushes?
So when I'm using my brushes for work, I will, and if I have another client the next day, they're shampooed that night. I really keep everything shampooed, except for this time because I worked Sunday and I've been off this whole week, and so I didn't use them, but I'm using them tomorrow, so they'll get shampooed tonight. But in general, my own brushes, I wash them 1 to 2 times a week. They're my own brushes, and you know, if I do have a breakout, then I'll make sure that I wash them. But there is a spray that I use in between. Sometimes, let's say I have from one client and then I have to hurry up and drive to another client. There's a special spray that I use to clean in between. They get disinfected, they get shampooed, and so 1 to 2 if it's your own personal brushes, and every day if you're using them for work. Yeah.
So with all this success and all this experience, I love that you still offer your services to the general public.
Yes, yes. I think a lot of people misconcept that I am only doing TV and film, and I don't. I still do weddings, I still do quinces, I do proms, I do all kinds of stuff. So I'm totally available.
So how does one get a hold of you to make an appointment for their occasion?
Just send me a message, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, my email, word of mouth. Sometimes somebody will, hey Kat, you worked with me last week. Next month my mom's gonna need makeup, and so word of mouth really helps out. Text messaging, but
so any
avenue,
DM,
yeah,
any DM and any social media platform that you have.
Yeah.
And what is your email address?
It is catfranklinmakeup210@gmail.com.
Okay. So I will put that there, but if you had a pen and paper ready, good. Okay. So when you do that for somebody's wedding, quince, prom, graduation,
Everything.
Christmas party,
Yes.
reunion,
New Year's, like all the stuff. All
everything. Do you only use Chica Beauty products, or how does that work?
No, I would probably have to say about 85 to 90% of the time I am using Chica Beauty. I do really feel strongly about this product. I love them. I love them. But there are some products that we don't have yet, and so we're still evolving and growing on that end. So I'll maybe there's not the color that we need, so I'll grab some other brands that'll have the shades that we need. Sometimes I need body paints, and I'll use these. My loose powders, we don't have a loose powder, so I'll definitely use Airspun. If you know me, you know that I'm huge with Gwen Stefani, and so I need to have some Gwen Stefani makeup. So don't tell everybody, but but these are, you know, like I'll use some of Gwen's things. I do also like to use different products because maybe I like this formula, and if we're trying to evolve and come up with a new product from Chica Beauty, well then I'll say, you know what, this was really awesome. Can we try to mimic something like this, or like this is what we're trying to go for? And so that's what we do there. But
so do you want your client to say, hey, I'm having, let's say, a wedding, and these are the colors. The client has to come with already a color palette, or do y'all talk it over?
We talk it over. Sometimes I ask for inspiration photos. What's the vibe that you're going for? What are you wearing? Sometimes they'll send me their dress. Sometimes, well, this is the mood that I want. Because your smoky eye definition will be completely different from what my smoky eye will be, and we don't want to misconcept that way. So communication is key when booking an appointment with me. And I'd like to see what is it that your vision is, and that way I can recreate that for you. I'm very open with them too. So, oh, you know what, Kat, I don't really like reds, so okay, Kat, you stay away from reds, and I'll make notes of it that way. Yeah. Communication.
Is there anything else a client would need to have before?
I have some clients that prefer certain eyelashes. And they can bring their own eyelashes. I do have eyelashes with me that they can pick out from and things like that. But my whole job and my whole thing is I want them to be carefree about it. You don't have to worry about anything. This is your moment. This is your time to get pampered and get glammed, and I really don't ask for.
So you're totally open to using their brand of makeup.
Totally.
As input.
Yeah. So I've had clients also say, "Kat, oh, this is my favorite foundation," or "This is like I can only use this because I break out with everything else." So I do have. I don't know if you remember Camilla Rambaldi. She was a newscaster here in San Antonio. She just transferred over to LA, so now she's doing news in LA. But I would do her makeup all the time, and with her, she had her own foundation, and that I would just use that, so I wouldn't bring my stuff because she was set on doing that, and I'm totally open to that also.
Okay. That's all good to know.
Yeah.
I had all those questions too.
Yeah.
So if any of y'all have any more questions, go ahead and leave it in the comment down below, and we'll try and work something out to where she can answer those questions. And for any other interview as well, guys, if you, which I really hope you keep coming back to my videos, you know, if there's questions that you feel like I'm not asking, since I'm beginning with this, please help me out. You know, Lydia, you need to be asking this question to your, to your guests, you know, and that way I can start incorporating them in this. So thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. Keep touching this microphone. See, that's why I say I'm better in behind the camera.
I have to get used to being in front, but for all of this was so worthwhile. I know a lot of people out there that always had questions for other people, and I really, really hope, guys, if you go to her social media, please, if y'all would do me a favor and start mentioning, hey, I saw you on Small Biz Spotlight.
Yes.
So that way I know that what I'm doing is actually working to benefit my guests.
Right.
Because that's what I'm trying to do here. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, is to get more exposure for small businesses. And this is totally a small business that is so hard to work with. So that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're so very welcome. And just another reminder, it's not just beauty stuff that I do. I also do like the special effects. I do hair touch-ups, hair styling, but I do special effects makeup. I make characters from short films, and we just recently did a homeless man. So I had to make him dirty and give him rotten teeth and sweat and so things like that. So I can also do the ugly stuff, the fun stuff,
The fun, ugly
blood
stuff.
and like bruising and things like that. So I love to do that stuff.
Maybe we see another
Is this an invitation for a second episode of
Halloween?
Ooh, we have something brewing for you, maybe.
Halloween, my favorite time of the year. Okay, so which brings me now, thank you for staying to the end of the video for sure. And talking about Halloween, please come back next week because we're getting into the spooky season, and my next guest is totally in the spooky stuff. My next guest is going to be Curious Twin Paranormal.
Ooh, I'm watching that. I love that stuff.
Yeah, so whether you're a history buff or just into the paranormal, that is going to be one that you do not want to miss. So also, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and please subscribe, because all of this that I'm doing here is at no cost to my guests, to the small business. All of this, no cost, and I really, really want to continue to do this, but with your support, so please give a like and a subscribe.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll see y'all next week. Please enjoy your weekend, and don't forget to give a shout out to Kat Franklin.
Yeah.
HMUA.
HMUA. Because I'm important.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye. Hi, everybody. My name is Lidia Rodriguez, and this is Small Biz Spotlight 210. So thank you so much for joining me today for another episode. If y'all can please stay to the end of the video, I do have some important information for all of y'all. And if you are new to me here, what I'm trying to do with my YouTube channel is exactly what the title says. Is to put a spotlight on small businesses here in San Antonio. And hopefully, like, in the future, I'll try and work my way out to the surrounding areas. So today, I'm so excited to bring this to you because I know Christmas, the holidays are coming up, and I love your jewelry. I love it. I love it so much. They're beautiful, beautiful. So let's have her introduce herself. This is Bertha Longoria. Go ahead and give us the full introduction, Bertha.
Okay. Yes, my name is Bertha Longoria. I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas.
Another El Paso.
I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas, and I lived there until I moved to Seattle. In 2015, I moved to Seattle. Lived in Seattle for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I moved to San Antonio. I've been here since 2022. I have 3 adult children and 3 grandchildren. And
You're
2
busy.
of which are here in San Antonio. And I started my polymer clay business on or about 2021 when I was still in Seattle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Of course, my aesthetics has changed quite a bit since I arrived here in San Antonio. Obviously, because of the celebration of our culture here.
Right, right. Coming back to
So-
the roots.
That's right.
The roots.
It's a lot like El Paso, except I believe it's celebrated in a much more broader sense. And I feel right at home here in San Antonio.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a big change from El Paso, very dry, to Seattle, very wet, right? I believe is what I hear. And then coming back over here, it's dry again over here. Did you miss the southern weather?
I'm definitely, I enjoy the warm weather. Seattle was a bit hard for me. It's cold. It doesn't rain, I don't think, as much as people believe it does, but
Yeah.
it's beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. If you like the outdoors, that's obviously a place to be. But there's nothing that to me, the warm weather,
There's no place like San
no
Antonio, right?
No place like home, and no place like San Antonio. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Well, thank goodness you have family here, and that keeps you back. We don't want to lose you. Your talent, and you will see all her stuff. And this is obviously where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens. That's
So,
right.
okay, how did you come up with the name Birdie and Clay?
Well, actually, Birdie is my nickname from
Okay.
when I was in middle school. My friends gave me the name Birdie. So I've always associated my name with, birds, and, I like what they signify, the freedom,
Nice.
And so I've used it when I've had like any opportunities to have a small business or like a little sidekick. I always, associate birds with my business. So I love I added the birdie. My logo has a bird or a bird cage, and Birdie is my nickname.
That's nice, because like when I was going through your stuff with your social media and everything, that's one of the things that attracted me, because I thought it was so cute, Birdie and Clay. And then I saw what you make, and that kept me going, because your stuff is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So I love the name. It was so cute. So when did you start working with clay?
So in 2021, the way I got started, so I went to a craft show in Seattle, and I've always been, big on supporting small businesses. I've always, gone to those markets, and I went to a market in Seattle, and I was introduced to polymer clay for the very first time, and it was, very lightweight earrings, and I was just so intrigued because, the older I get, the less I am able to wear heavy jewelry.
Right.
So obviously I had to purchase, and, I had to look into, the polymer clay. I, explored, I investigated, I just, looked into the product because I was just fascinated by, the material and the fact that I could, make my own earrings.
Yeah, you're like, I can do this.
And I could make large earrings and wear them,
right.
but, not carry the weight. And so, that was in about 2021.
So you saw the clay and you fell in love with the things that you can make. Did you have to take classes or anything to?
I didn't take any classes. I was a full-time paralegal at the time. So this was just, an outlet for me. Being in a stressful job, and this was a very nice, relaxing outlet that I, experienced with, and, started, just like you with the YouTube channels, I started looking into the YouTube channels, getting all the tutorials, just trying to absorb everything I could about polymer clay. And there is so much to learn. I'm still learning. There's still, so many techniques. This medium, this art medium, is incredible. It's versatile. It's there's so many things that you can, do with it. So many different techniques. I haven't mastered everything yet.
Wow.
I'm still growing.
I love that you keep learning. There's always something more to learn about your craft.
Yes.
And I really, really love
And,
that.
thanks to social media and all of the wonderful artists out there that share their, which, I someday hope to do the same, because I have learned so much from
I
other
was gonna say you could even hold
artists.
classes.
I want to just share my knowledge, because, a lot of people say, oh, well, how did you do this? I want to create something. Well, it's not anything you're going to learn overnight.
Right.
It's, it's taking me about 3 years to get really comfortable with, my creations, and, peace of mind where I know, okay, this product is, safe to use, safe to sell. It takes a little while to get to that.
Yeah, there's a lot
place.
to think about behind the scenes.
Right.
To the end. So that goes to my next question, because I've seen your social media and you do videos of your process. Right. Of a process of making one pair of earrings. How long does it take you from like beginning to the end of your process to make a complete set?
That's a little. So when when I create something and I'm going to, make something, it's usually a small batch of something. It's never one pair of earrings. So, but if I had to calculate how long it would take me, so the baking process. So think about the baking process, or the initial process is to condition your clay. You cut it, you bake it, just like you would, a batch of cookies. That the baking process in itself, it takes 1 hour to bake.
Wow.
If you want the durability, if you want the proper way to bake polymer clay, it's the best way to bake it is to bake it for 1 full hour. So there's a full hour. Of course, as you're baking, you're creating other things.
Right.
You're taking care of other processes. But I would say probably from the beginning to the end, maybe a 2-hour process. Of course, in 2 hours I can create a small batch of earrings.
But also you got to get the idea. What are you going to do? Am I going to make hoops, or am I going to make, whatever? So do you draw first and
I have a lot of drawings. Everything that comes to my mind, I try to put it on paper so that I don't forget my ideas. But I think of all of my customers. I think of, there are customers that only wear studs. There are customers that don't like large earrings.
Right.
They don't like the dangles. So I think about everything. So if I make a batch of, say, one certain technique of clay, or a slab of a certain technique, I will cut out my components, and then I will make a variety. I will make studs. I'll make, something with a hook, something with, and obviously you have to think about the hypoallergenic.
Yes, making sure you have everything that doesn't.
That's not going to create, sensitivity.
Yeah, or to leave you that ugly
customers.
marks. What do you call that? Like the erosion of it.
Right, the tarnishing.
Tarnishing.
And so there's a lot of products out there. Obviously, that's also in the process of educating yourself of making earrings. Besides the proper way to bake your clay and handle your clay and all the techniques that you learn. It's also the hardware that you want to use for your items, keeping in mind that there's a lot of people that have allergic reaction to certain metals.
Right.
So obviously you're not going to be able to accommodate everyone, but the thing to do as an artist and a clay maker and earring maker, jewelry maker, is to just be transparent about all of the materials that you are using, so that people know what is in your product.
Right, exactly.
So that's a description of the metal, and then they can decide where they can use that metal or not. That's why I love your videos, because the customer can actually see your process and how you make them. Right. And, I take special, I get a lot of special requests. If it's a metal that doesn't suit them, they ask for an alternative, and I'm happy to, to accommodate customers. And, depending on where you go here in San Antonio and where I have been, the aesthetics can be different. And people, ask for different things, and I just love being able to.
So you do custom orders?
I do custom orders too.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. I do custom orders also.
That's remarkable. That is remarkable for jewelry, yes.
Yes.
So, okay. Excuse me. Woke up with allergies. Okay, so, to me, everything that you make, that you're really an artist to me. They're absolutely stunning. They are stunning to me. So, where do you get your inspiration from? I know you say some clients give you custom orders, but where is mostly your inspiration coming from?
I think so. I I believe my inspiration comes from obviously my, my upbringing, my culture. I remember as a little girl, taking our family trips over to Mexico and just admiring, the Mexican art. Of course, El Paso is a border city.
Right, right.
And on the other side is Ciudad Juarez. My mother used to take us to the mercados, and we saw the Mexican, art since I was a little girl. Of course, when I started the polymer clay, my aesthetics was a little bit different because I believe it was because of where I was at. I was in Seattle, and I wouldn't see a lot of my culture.
Right.
But as soon as I arrived here in San Antonio, I knew I was in the right place.
Yeah, we take our culture very
We take our
seriously
culture
here.
very serious, but I've always loved color and vibrant colors. I've always loved pottery, ceramics, tiles, and a lot of my jewelry. If you look at it,
Yes.
you could see where the inspiration comes
Yes.
from. It comes from the all the the Spanish tiles, and when you everywhere you go. I just went to Mexico this year, and in the hotels, and you see the tile work. I mean, here in San Antonio, every restaurant I walk into,
Right,
there's,
right. It's heavily influenced by. We still have that cord to Mexico, and we celebrate it. We celebrate it here.
and of course, there's no better introduction to our culture than
I know, and those I
pan
love.
dulce and cafecito. I mean, I was just in El Paso.
Let me show that to them.
I was just in El Paso, and the best conversations I have with my mother is over a cup of coffee and a
Pan dulce, yes.
So people can really relate.
Yeah,
They can really relate to those, those traditions.
Right.
Here's another little. These are my best sellers, by the way. These little miniature Mexican dolls.
Oh. You see, now this to me, this is art. This is really art. You want something, look at that. Guys, these are beautiful. Handcrafted by this lady here. With her little hands, or your little manita is so much
And then,
art.
here's a larger set.
Oh.
Here's a larger set for there again. There's people that like studs, and there's people that like the larger.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the detail on all of this.
So these
This
are
is
these are excuse me, these are some of my best sellers. And then when I talk about the tile work and the azulejos, and this is kind of a this is also one of my best sellers. But
That
see,
is
this-
absolutely beautiful.
Mhm.
Let me show them that too. And what I like about these, about your tiles, this, for a lot of us, yes, this is Mexican culture. But I think it also transcends to any Hispanic, Latin culture. That, and then they're just beautiful. They're just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. This is just it's just such a passion of mine to be able to express my my culture and the spirit of our culture, and just embrace it through my jewelry. It's just
To appreciate it, no matter what culture you are. They're beautiful to begin with. But I mean, it's to be able, to help us celebrate and embrace our culture. This is for everybody.
What better way to just remember the places where you have been, like special places with special people, and remember by wearing a pair of jewelry. You wear a pair of jewelry, and it takes you back to places that were very special to you. I remember, you know, using Play-Doh with you know, my mom and, you know, us creating little flowers. I'm just recreating and remembering and practicing, you know, just moments that I had as a child, and
Yes,
it's very similar to that.
Yes, because like you said, like you mentioned, the pan dulce plate and the cafe, the coffee, it does trigger a memory for a lot of us of childhood memories with grandmas and the grandpas, all of that. And then the tile ones always bring me back to my grandma's really old house that used to be, you know, off of Trinity on the west side, or, you know, my other grandma off of Salinas by Lanier. And it just like, I remember those days, the great memories of grandmas, you know, the things that they taught you. I think to me that's something so special that you've created, not just that, but to be able to get your customer to have a memory triggered, a beautiful memory. That's something special that not every artisan gets to do with their customer.
And then to give the gift, you know, to someone that is going to, you know, represent a special memory, you know, about them, or, you know, there's nothing like gifting something that's handmade and,
yes,
you know, that will, you know, capture a special moment or occasion. I think that's just really beautiful to be able to
absolutely
to do that.
Absolutely.
You know, like the molcajete earrings.
Right,
I wish I had some to show you, but those are really hard to keep in stock, because, you know, you see here on my board I have lots of cutters, and there's no cutter for that molcajete. Unfortunately, it's something that, you know, I have to mold by hand, and you know, I have to. So there's no cutter, so they're a little bit time consuming, but they are just, you know, a little precious piece of art to me, because, you know, again, the molcajetes.
Yes.
You know,
molcajetes transcends in any Latin.
It really does. But, you know, I remember, you know, at every household that I visited when I was a child, and even now, you know, I see a molcajete every, you know, relative's home that I visit. You know, there's always a molcajete somewhere.
We use it.
Right.
We use them,
So yes, those are all like precious moments. But, you know, of course, you know, I like to also venture out to, you know, keep up with the seasonal items. You know, people like the seasonal, you know, now that fall is coming up, they like the Christmas, and, you know, I don't have a lot of ideas as far as, you know, bringing in the culture. I would like to create something that's more, you know, related to our culture, but I will try, you know, just something that is seasonal, like Christmas. People love, you know, Santa Clauses and Christmas trees, and so I do a variety of you know, items.
That's wonderful. Okay.
And when you were also talking about the process, you know, you also learn in this business, you know, the importance of buying good quality tools that are gonna, you know, speed up the process or make your life a lot easier. So, you know, I obviously have my vendors that, you know, where I purchase good quality cutters and tools that, you know, obviously are going to make my product much better quality. And it's going to reduce the time. Right. It's going to take me to do a final, you know, product. Because I'm very particular about the finished product and the details, and, you know, obviously you want to deliver a good quality product to the customer. So that also, you know, has a lot to do with how the time that it's going to take you to create something.
Right. So it's not just the time consuming or the creativity of it, but it's also the quality
of the materials and the tools that you're using. Yes, absolutely. If you don't have a good cutter that's going to have sharp edges, you're obviously going to have to spend more time sanding and getting the finish that you want before you put it out there on the market. So all those things come into play.
So with all of that in mind, okay, so it's the inspiration, the artistry. Everything is a labor of love, obviously. When you're an artisan, when you're a crafter, it's always a labor of love. What part of the process do you really love or find absolutely satisfying?
I think once I have the, I get a lot of satisfaction by just making the customer feel really special. When they have purchased something from me, I know that they had many choices. I know they had, many small businesses to shop from. So my favorite part of the process is when I put that package together. I want to make sure that they feel appreciated, that I have expressed my gratitude to them, and I always want to make it really special to give them something extra for choosing me. And so, when I put their package together, I just really make it extra special by, just putting that extra touch and a handwritten note always, thanking them for
You're
choosing me.
You're getting emotional.
I get emotional.
You see, people, this is why it's like so important to support artisans and small business.
Yeah.
This is why she's getting emotional, because it means so much.
It really does, because I see like all of the I see all of the choices they had. There's many wonderful, beautiful, small businesses here, especially here locally. And on Etsy, when you go on Etsy, how many beautiful...
It's a cutthroat business on Etsy. I've been on Etsy and it's difficult.
It is hard. And when they've chosen you, it's like, okay, well, gosh, how can you not be so...
You're on cloud nine.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I get that message, across that. But it's that special touch, that little ribbon, that that special note, and then just the response that I get, the feedback that I always get. That's my favorite part. The feedback that I get from my customers is
it makes it all worth it.
Make it all worth it.
Yeah,
it makes it all worth it.
It makes it all.
And of course, the also my favorite part is the local artists that have purchased from me and that have supported me. They will show my earrings on their social media. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
And that's what I really love about San Antonio is a lot of us are a really tight-knit community, our own little artisan community, our own little small business community that we try and support each other.
It has been the most amazing part of being here in San Antonio. The support that you get from the local, artists. They own small businesses themselves, yet they take, time out of their busy schedule to support you. And I have various small business supporters like Lisa Alfaro from Café Conexión, so supportive from day one. She's been so supportive. Bonita Market, with her markets, the way they promote your business when you're going to do a market for them. it's just not even anything that you expect. And when you see this, that is an inspiration. It inspires you to keep going. You know, Sylvia from the Artisan, she has supported me from day one. You know, now I have Ale from Bonita Vida that, you know, has allowed me to be a vendor in her shop. You know, I'm a vendor at the Artisan. That is all community support. And they are all supporting me as an artist, and that inspires me to keep going.
You do beautiful work. I mean, it's truly a pleasure to be able to know somebody of your caliber. I know you feel like you're just a small little person, but your products just it stands out. You don't need to worry about that. Your work is beautiful. It speaks for itself. The love that you've put in your products shows. Absolutely. That's why when I saw your stuff on your social media and at the Artisan, because I have my stuff there too, I was like, oh my God, these are gorgeous, little cute clay earrings, jewelry that I said, I need to get to know this woman. I have to know.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I love it because it's, you know, it's affordable. It's, you know, one of a kind. You can't, you know, just walk into any store and purchase something like that.
Exactly.
So, you know, the fact that, you know, there's something for everyone, you know, or something, you know, that you might, maybe it's not for you, but it's for somebody that you know.
Yeah.
And it's an affordable, unique gift. And
each one their own little talking piece, you know? It's gorgeous. Okay, so many artisans do markets. What markets are you at?
Okay, so the ones that I have participated in, there haven't been many since I arrived here in San Antonio, but the ones that I have done and have been very successful have been the Fiesta markets. And you know, those are organized, or this particular one that I have done for 2 years in a row since I arrived in San Antonio, are put together by Syliva Tijerina from the Artisan. Very, very successful market for myself. I did another small market. It was called Mujeres Mercado.
Oh.
That was a really nice, it was a small market. It was only scheduled for a couple of hours, but I think the message, I love the message that they brought to the community through that market. And it was, you know, for young women, and they had all women business, small business women owners.
Oh, okay.
Be part of this market, and you know, they talk to young women, encouraging them to someday be, you know, small business owners, to be entrepreneurs. And I just love the message that they delivered to the young, you know, students from that school. So I did that one. That was a real highlight for me. And then I did another small market out in Somerset through Bonita Market.
Okay.
I got to do that, my first night market. That was very, very enjoyable. It was outdoors at Somerset Summer House coffee shop out in Somerset, Texas. That was a really nice market. It was outdoor, and you know, very, very successful. I have, you know, a lot of following because of that small market. Of course, I've gotten a lot of invitations to other markets from now through probably the month of November, and I'm deciding. And thanks to designer Nadia from Designer, who is also a polymer clay artist, she's been, you know, inviting me to a lot of markets. So, you know, I'll make a decision as to which ones I want to, you know, obviously participate in. There's lots of choices. So I'll make that decision here soon as to which fall. And then we'll have the one of the bigger, of course, Sylvia from the Artisan is the one that will be in the Muertos Fest.
Right.
Which is huge for us. Huge. It's very successful. I was very successful the past 2 years through Sylvia. She will take my product and sell it, and she will do very well for me. So, of course, I'll be creating a lot of things for her and for Bonita Vida as well, for the shop, to bring those new items to the shop for the holidays.
Okay, so for the Muertos Mercado, for that market, if y'all go to the second episode, I do have Janie McClinchy there, and she is with Que Retro Arts. She's in charge of the Muertos Market. Yes, so if you go to her website, she'll tell you the date and time on her Facebook page of Que Retro Arts, and that way we can look up your stuff with Sylvia from the Artisan. And Sylvia from the Artisan, I will have her episode here on our channel in November, somewhere along that way, further closer to Christmas. But your stuff is at the Artisan. If anybody wants to purchase right now and not go to the Mercado.
Right. You can find it at the Artisan. You can find it at Bonita Vida off of Fredericksburg. Very cute little shop too. My product has only been there about a month, but you can definitely shop for my earrings there and other cute, very, very Mexican related items, and they're off of Fredericksburg. And then I have an Etsy shop.
Yes, I was going to ask you about your Etsy. What is it under? Is it Birdie Clay?
It's Birdie Clay. Birdie Clay on Etsy. You can find my link through my Instagram profile. I have my link tree. And then I recently opened my wholesale shop on Fair. So you can purchase wholesale.
Oh, nice.
Fair. If you're a retailer, if you have a gift shop, if you have a boutique, you want to purchase items at wholesale price, you can go to my Fair shop. And the link is there as well. On my Instagram.
So do you have Facebook?
I am not, haven't opened a business account on Facebook yet.
Okay, so what are all your social medias?
Instagram, and then you can find me, of course, on Instagram. The link tree link is there for my
so
Etsy
Instagram
shop.
and Etsy is what you have.
Right.
Okay, so don't worry, guys. As usual, I'm gonna try and have all your links in the description box below. Okay.
And the Fair too.
Right, like I'll have that you're at the Artisan as well.
Okay. And Bonita Vida.
And Bonita Vida.
Right.
So I'll get all that information and make sure I link it. Okay. All right. So we did all of that. And on your Etsy, are you gonna have any kind of like discount campaigns going on?
Etsy is usually they run their own they have their own discounts, and so they're always include coupons, and I'll run a sale during the holidays. Don't have anything confirmed yet, but there's some sales coming up, and some special promotions for the holidays, and then let's see. Of course, if you order $35 or more, it's free shipping. So there's some incentives. Yeah, there's some incentives that you'll be able to find through Etsy.
And that's going to be great for people who happen to be watching that are outside of San Antonio. That would be the best place to get your stuff, and for Christmas, order everything from there.
And of course, if they have a request for a custom order, they can always message me. Send me a direct message on Instagram. They can send me a message through Etsy. I'm happy to review any custom orders that they might have or request.
Okay.
Happy to.
Are you going to do any more videos of your whole process? I love those to see you working.
I want to get a little bit better. Of course, that's my weakest link. I'll admit right now. By the time I start working, and then I realize I should have recorded this.
Right.
I should have recorded this, and obviously sometimes I don't put my full process, because when I have, thought about including the process that I've already started it. But I promise I will get better. I promise I will get better about my my videos, my processes, to kind of share that with you. I would love to share, if it inspires somebody else to start, using polymer clay. That would be wonderful. I know I do have my grandson, 9 years old, in Seattle. I've inspired him, and he is already a natural with polymer clay. He's sculpturing his own polymer clay figurines, and knows about the baking process, and it's just incredible at it.
Wow, at 9 years
at
old.
9 years of age, so
you can imagine. I mean,
the more people I can inspire,
right,
the better. Because this skill is for everyone. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful art medium that everybody should take advantage of. It really is a beautiful place to be, working with polymer clay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Birdie and Clay people. I love that. I love that name, Birdie and Clay.
And the more comfortable I get with being out in the public, and the social media, and I have so many goals set.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to do like parties, and
Yeah, I was gonna ask you here, was there anything that you're gonna be working on currently?
I want to. I've been to parties where it could be like a painting party, but I want to do where everybody goes home with a pair of earrings. I want to give classes. I want to give polymer clay classes. I want to be able to just really expand and share my my art with others. Because I feel that a lot of artists have shared their talents and skills and processes with me. So I want to reciprocate, and I want to do the same. So yes, I'm also a foodie. I want to show you that I have also created something you haven't seen, that you've never seen before.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me just, oh my God. This is so cute, guys. I don't know if you can see it. Oh my God. It's a little piece of cake.
So you talk about, goals, and, my goals are to bring up a whole, series of, just these miniature, I'm just such a foodie. And
mint chocolate chip, ice cream, and
donuts.
Oh my God, this is pancakes with blueberry and a strawberry on the side. How cute is that?
Avocado toast.
With a little butter on top. Avocado toast. And it has little pepper specks on there. I don't know if you don't see it. This is, oh my gosh.
I'm just sharing all of the things that I create, but I just haven't put out there.
These are so cute. Now these I can see, Bertha for Christmas. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are so cute. Look at that. Little sprinkles.
Ice cream cones with different flavors. So, there's a lot of things that I'm inspired by, and just haven't had a chance to put it out there. But yes, I have lots of goals set for myself.
And I see there that you also have for cancer ribbons.
Yeah, so this was a recent request that I had for, someone asked me if I could custom make something for breast cancer awareness. I think it's coming up in October.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, I made different sizes of ribbons, and then I also made, I did a rubber ribbon.
Oh,
Do you
beautiful,
see
like
the
a butterfly.
A butterfly. You see the ribbon in between
In
the
between,
wings.
yes. This is really cute.
And then for those that want like a larger earring, I did put the ribbons on the hoops.
This is really nice.
So, you know, like I said, this is you know, this will be a very special collection. If you know someone, or you know, you've you know, obviously been through an experience such as that, you know, this would be something really beautiful to give to someone, you know, that has
in support of somebody that's going through all of that.
Right. So see how it could just be, there could be just so much.
Yeah, definitely.
So much inspiration from lots of different, you know.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, I definitely look forward to seeing what else you create. That is so beautiful and intricate. It's art to me. Hands down, it's art.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that concludes it. Thank you so much for being on here with me.
Thank you so much for investing your time in me. It really means a lot.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see all of this. This you have to have your name out there. It's beautiful work.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. So thank you for staying till the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did with this amazing woman. If y'all can just go ahead and go up and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so I can continue bringing you these amazing small businesses free of charge for all of y'all. And that will help me support this channel that I'm trying to do. So next episode, if you see me next week, I will have Sarah Elizondo with OmniLife, and she has taken her side hustle with OmniLife and actually made it into a small business. So I can't wait to bring you that as well. Y'all have a great weekend, and I hope to see you next week. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye. Hi, everybody. I'm Lidia Rodriguez, and this is Small Biz Spotlight 210. Thank you everybody for being here today. If you are new to me, okay, so what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel is exactly what the title says, is to put a spotlight on small businesses here in San Antonio and the surrounding areas. So today is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates. And before you hit that bed for the nap, or before you get your second plate of food, I want to introduce to you Syliva Tijerina from the Artisan here in Southtown. So if everybody's already thinking about Black Friday or Christmas shopping tomorrow, Friday, this is the one for you. This episode is going to be fantastic, guys, because Sylvia has everything here. One-of-a-kind stuff. So sit down, get your second plate, stop the videos, get your second plate, and come back, but don't go to bed yet. Okay? So, and also, before all of that, let me let you know, stay to the end, okay? Stay to the end of this video because I do have some important information to share with all of y'all, okay? So let's get to it. Syliva Tijerina, go ahead and do your full introduction.
Okay, my name is, like she said, Syliva Tijerina. I am the owner of the Artisan. We're located in the Southtown Arts District on South Presa. And we've been here going on 6 years.
Whoa, wow, 6 years already.
Yep.
Fantastic. So were you born and raised here in San
No,
Antonio?
I am originally from the Rio Grande Valley, from a small town named Elsa. And I grew up there, went to high school there, graduated, and then went to college in Kingsville. So there, did my 4 years there. I met my future husband there, and then we dated, but I ended up, after school, I ended up getting hired by the Air Force. So I worked this was, 20-some, going on almost 30 years ago. So yeah, I worked for Kelly Air Force Base when they were still open here in San Antonio. So I moved to San Antonio. I was in my 20s, my mid-20s. Worked for Kelly Air Force Base, and then I think they closed, and then we moved with the workload over to Oklahoma City Air Force Base. So I lived there for a while, then got engaged to my husband, and he was in the military. So then we went overseas, did 3 years overseas. Came back, lived on the East Coast for about 10 years, and then he got stationed here in San Antonio, where he finished off his tour here and then ended up retiring here.
Wow.
So, yep, that's kind of my little life in a nutshell. Yeah.
Well, first of all, before I ask any questions, thank you for your service,
Of course,
because
thank
the
you.
wives put up with the hot. And thank your husband for his service
I sure
too.
will. Thank you for saying
Wow, I've known her for like several years. I didn't know. So, but yeah, thank you for all of that. It's a lot for a wife, a military wife.
It was. It was rough at times, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the life that God gave us. So
yeah,
yes.
well, I'm thankful that you're here in San Antonio. So, okay, before we get to the storefront and everything, so you said the name of your business is The Artisan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what exactly is your craft?
My craft, I kind of dabble in a lot of little things. I am a graphic artist. I'm like an illustrator. So I do kind of mixed media art, but I also do graphic design as well. But then that kind of led me to another path. I'm now more of an embroiderer, sewist, but still kind of use my, my art background for that as well. So I kind of like to mesh both arts together. So that's kind of what I do now. And we do sell a lot of the stuff that we make here in the store. So we are one of the vendors here at the store, but we are also, we also have like 17 other artists within the store as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, what got you interested in the transition from illustration to sewing?
I'm one of those people that likes to learn new things. So, it's, I'm one of those people that sometimes I get bored with some things and then I go on to another project that kind of leads me down to something else. So, it's, like I said, I've done the art thing, I've done the graphic illustration thing, I do embroidery, I do sewing, I also do solder my own jewelry. Yeah.
Wow.
So, like I said, I'm just one of those people that likes to learn new things and create pretty things,
Right.
So, yeah.
So how long have you been doing the sewing and the stitching?
The embroidery and sewing probably within the last 3 years, I would say. When I came here to San Antonio, I first started doing pop-up markets with my artwork, but also with the soldering of the jewelry, because I also created jewelry out of my artwork. So, I did like necklace and pendants with my artwork on them. So I kind of meshed those two together. But that's kind of how I started when I came here to San Antonio. That was one of the first things that I think I was making and selling. And then it just kind of, went on from there. I
Right.
expanded, I guess. On
Yeah,
the things that I made.
I have noticed that here in San Antonio, at least, the beautiful Mexican sewing and stitching is really big.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Like the influence from Mexico, I guess.
Yeah.
That we have.
Yeah, all the different textiles and yeah, most definitely.
So one thing I wanted to, I've always wondered myself is like from beginning to end, from your conception of an idea of how to embroider a blouse to actually the finished product, how long does that take you?
It just depends. My embroidery is machine embroidery. A lot of the times we'll make the actual item, like if maybe it's a bag or it's a headscarf or something like that. So we may actually do the sewing first and then the embroidery, or we just do the embroidery on, an item, which we also do. People will come in here and say, can you monogram something for me? Or can you put a name on a bag or a shirt or, and we do that too.
So you take custom
Oh
orders?
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
Yes.
good to know.
Yes.
Custom orders. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're working on currently?
Well, right now, since we're in the holiday season, we are doing a lot of custom orders for monogramming or, personalizing items with names, or that's kind of what we're focusing on right now. But throughout the year, we do, I do like to get into different projects and come up with different projects. Especially now that we just started our workshops again. Pre-pandemic, we used to do more workshops when we first opened as well 6 years ago, and then the pandemic hit, and then things changed for businesses and stuff like that. But now we are starting a second Saturday workshop, and our first workshop was this past this month actually, November, and we had one of our artists teach a polymer clay jewelry workshop. So we're kind of trying to work that in to our business concept here and offer a second Saturday workshop to people, as well as having like a late shopping day that day as well. So we'll have like a workshop from 5 to 8, but we'll also be open for shoppers till 8 p.m. as well. So to answer your question, yes, we want to come up with projects here for customers, and maybe do it in a workshop environment.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
The polymer clay, if you guys remember, I forgot what episode it was, but it's Birdie Clay. She makes the earrings that are made out of polymer clay. If y'all can go watch her stuff, this is where her products are.
And she was actually the instructor for
That's
this
fantastic.
past
Yeah,
this past
because
workshop. Yeah.
I think even on that episode I had asked, wouldn't it be fantastic for her to have classes?
Yes.
So now second Saturdays?
Second Saturdays. We're trying to do the second Saturdays of every month. Like I said, we did it in November. December, we're still kind of like the in-between of what we're going to offer. We may have a workshop for Thursday. If we don't have a workshop, we may just have a late day shopping for shoppers, because I think it falls on December 14th. And we may just have a little kind of like a Christmas, with snacks and things like that. And just kind of offer a late night shopping that day, with goodies and things like that. But yeah, our goal is to have a workshop every second Saturday.
So let me tell you right now, viewers, if you are interested in having a workshop and don't know where you can go, you know what? Write in the comments below what kind of workshop you would want. Would you want to learn embroidery? Would you want to learn maybe painting?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah, and you know, we have the venue for you if you would like to teach a workshop.
Many teachers out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Contact us and we will provide the venue for you. And also a late shopping for your students as well. We also offer 10% off for whoever takes the workshop if they do the shopping here or whatever that day as well. So yeah.
So for the workshops and for your shop here, where would be the best place to get a hold of you if they're interested in the workshop or they want to do a class at your?
They can contact us through our email, or you can just call the store. So yeah.
Okay. And what is the email? And
the email is shop@theartisansatx.com, and that's actually probably the best way. I can get back to you fairly quickly on that. Or if you follow us on social media, on Instagram, we're at the Artisan SATX, both on Instagram and Facebook. You can also message us there as well.
Okay, direct messages. So that would be great, guys. That would be a great family thing to do.
Absolutely.
Maybe even with some coworkers.
Yeah, girls' night out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yeah, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if y'all have any ideas, what would you like to have a workshop with? Write down in the comments below and let her know. Get a hold of her. All right. So let's see. So, okay. When we actually met at the markets.
Yes.
For, it was with Janie McClinchy's Retro Arts Markets when we first met. Are you still doing markets?
Yeah, we do. We don't do a whole lot because we stay fairly busy. This is our retail business, but we also have a wholesale aspect of the business. So there's two businesses that we actually run. The markets, we're not at as many markets as we used to be, but we do. The main ones we do right now is Muertos Fest, which was just in October. And then we're part of the King William Fair as well during Fiesta. And we also do Jane's Frida Fest every year. So those are mainly the three markets that for sure that we always strive to be in. And you may see us at other markets as well, but those are the main ones that we normally do every year. So
okay, and so on your social medias you post the updates.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And you'll see those lists of markets that we'll be at on our website as well. There's a tab there that says markets and it lists where we're going to be.
Okay, so don't worry guys, as usual, down in the description box, I'll have all your social medias and her website as well, so you can find out. So she does markets and she has a brick and mortar shop here on South Presa, and I'll have that address as well. All right, so how many crafters do you say you have here?
We have, I would say, about 17, including ourselves.
17.
Yeah.
So that's really what I like about your boutique, is that it's not just your stuff, but you wanted to give other crafters and artisans a chance to sell their products.
Absolutely, yeah.
Including mine.
Yes. Lydia's products are here as well.
Yeah, I do have just very few soaps and little kits still here for the holidays, but what I have here that's it. I don't know if I'm going to make it more soap. The channel has taken a lot of my time, but I really love doing this. So, yeah, I really love it. As y'all can see these. There's blouses, there's men's clothes, there's art, there's pillows, there's mugs. What else can you find here?
Well, what I normally tell people is that we are we're a gift shop, we're a boutique, and we're a creative studio as well, because a lot of the stuff that we make here at the store. And we also just started selling fabric, and that's, for our makers out there. We have we sell the certain fabric lines that we love to work with, that we know that our maker customers would love to work with as well. So we kind of have a little bit of everything here. We have things for children, we have things for pets, we have home decor, we have art, we have clothing, gift items. So it's just kind of a, you know, it's a combination of a lot of really beautiful products that are locally made by artists here. And yeah, and
I really love
and
that.
very cohesive. It's a very cohesive theme. The stuff that we carry is very colorful, it's very bright, it's very unique. A lot of the things you're not going to find at big box stores.
Yeah, and I kind of like, I would describe it as boho Mexican.
Yes, and you know, that's a really good way, because I know in the past I think I've described it as boho Tex-Mex, something like that. That's a really good, it's a good description. Yes.
Yeah. So guys, this is the place to come and get one of a kind items.
Yep.
Right? Because these artisans just make their stuff. And they don't have stores. Maybe they're at the markets, but here, a brick and mortar place, you can come do your Christmas shopping here, and you have an array of artisans that you can choose from. If you want to get one of a kind, if you want to support small business, if you want to support artisans, this is the shop to come to. And it's fantastic because it's for everything: children, women, men, household items like candles, pillows, pictures, art, ceramics, everything. You have a fantastic array of artisans here.
Yeah, we're really proud of this our little humble boutique, and you know, people, they always come in here and they always comment on how fun it is to come in here and shop, because they never know what they're gonna find.
Yeah, and she's got it all ready for Christmas stuff. You even have Christmas decorations.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We have a lot of ornaments that we sell. That a lot of our artists are actually making Christmas ornaments for the season. Home decor, the pillows. So yeah, gift really great gift items. Yeah, we embroidered those. We made these little. They're super soft too. We made these pillows here. We embroidered them here as well. So little Grinch pillows.
Oh,
It's always a popular item.
Yeah, the Grinch. So you know what? I was just thinking. How would somebody get a hold of you if they wanted to be a vendor here? Like if you are still looking for people?
Yeah, you know, right now we have a good selection of artists, but we are looking for a wreath maker.
Wreath?
Yeah, that's one thing that I wish we had a little bit more. So that would be great if anybody's interested.
Ooh.
Any wreath makers out there, contact us through social media or our website or email. Yeah, and usually people reach out to me through Instagram, direct messaging, or asking questions, and I usually say, yeah, send me some pictures of your things, and that's kind of how we get the conversation of becoming a vendor here started. So yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You can even do a class of
Oh yeah, most
right?
definitely. Yeah. We would I mean, again, if you're interested in doing a workshop, reach out to us and we'll get you scheduled. We'll pencil you in.
Yeah, okay. That's any advice for any artisans, crafters, or even small business people, how to start it, or what kind of advice would you give them that you wish you knew? You know what I mean?
Starting, yes. I would say, and I wrote some notes for myself here.
Just like me.
Yeah, I have to keep on track of my thoughts, keep my thoughts on track. I would say definitely start with a business concept, and also stay true to your brand. I would say that's one of the main things I think I learned when I first started out. You're kind of, at the beginning, you're kind of wanting to start, you don't know where to start, but, start with the things that you know, or learn or want to learn, and develop your own style and stay true to your brand, because I think that when you do that, you end up finding your target audience.
Right, finding your niche.
Yes, finding your niche. That's a good way to put it. Yes, find your niche and just stay true to it. Yeah, I think that's probably the best advice I could give.
Yeah, I think from a lot of the interviews that I've done, that's one of the things that stands out the more is finding your niche, and it's okay to, like, if you like somebody and how they do theirs, it's okay to do it like that, but try and just make it your own.
Exactly. That's exactly yes. That's exactly it. Yep. Yep. And then
Finding
you
your
grow
niche.
from there. You grow
Uh-huh.
from there, and even if you start with one product, that's not to say that you're going to just stick with that one product. You know, the goal is to expand, but you know it becomes cohesive. You know what I mean? It kind of, one thing leads to another and to another. But if you stick with your style of doing things, the way that it looks, maybe the way that it's presented, I think that you'll go a long way. I think you'll go a long way.
Because I think a lot of people are always afraid to start because they're like, nobody's going to want to buy my stuff.
Yes.
But let me tell you, I was the same way. I'm like, who's going to buy soaps from me when they have it at the supermarkets? There's always somebody that it resonates with, that they like it, and there's always going to be a buyer. Especially, there's a lot of people still, which I'm really, really glad. Here in San Antonio, we do support a lot of our artisans and crafters and small business people, and they like the idea of buying one-of-a-kind things.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yes, that's good advice.
Yeah.
That's good advice. It's scary, but you can do it.
Oh no, yeah, it's possible. It is possible. You just need to do the work and learn. A lot of it is learning too. Learning as you go. There's always a learning process in everything you do. And patience. A lot of patience. Yes.
I don't have patience.
Yes.
I want
Yes.
things right away. So, okay, now, for all your social media platforms, you are on Facebook,
Instagram and TikTok.
and TikTok.
Yes. And we are all, our handle is all the same. The Artisan SATX is where you'll find us. That's our handle pretty much for all our social media channels.
And you do the updates and your markets and everything on each.
Yeah, everything is posted on social media. So yeah.
All right. Yep. I think that was it. You see how harmless that was? And you're going to take a nap here in a little bit. Just hold on. All right. So thank you so much for doing this with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So I am going to give you a tour of the whole store. Okay? Just sit back down. And you're going to enjoy it. The store is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
So, just hold on. Let's do a tour. All right. Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and start on the right side of the store. So here you can start seeing that she's got so many beautiful artisans here with all their products ready for the holidays. So here on this shelf, I didn't know if you can see it because of the glare, but these are actually dog treats. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? So even your pets, your fur babies, can have something for Christmas and in their little stockings. So here we are, we're coming up on my stuff. I've made in handcrafted soaps. And these are the last of the soaps that I do have in stock here at the Artisan. And the lavender looking ones with the little purple and white, those are actually bath truffles. And those leave your skin very silky smooth, perfect for gifts, for stocking stuffers, and also for this harsh winter weather. Here I also have some little gift sets that are great for Christmas. Some are for children and some are for adults. And here we're coming up on Birdie and Clay's polymer clay earrings. Absolutely stunning, great for stocking stuffers as well. Okay, so now we're going to start on the left side of the store. Say hi, Sylvia. And this is the newest section of the store. It's the fabric corner, where any crafter now can purchase some fabric by the yard. Okay guys, so that was her whole store. Y'all need to come down here so y'all can really take a good look at every piece. There's some remarkable stuff here for Christmas and stocking stuffers. Okay, so what is the address again?
We are at 1103A South Presa Street, right across from Taco Haven.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come shopping and then go have a taco. That's the best right there. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Really, really, really appreciate that. So if you can just go ahead and give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. It really helps me out because I do offer this all free of charge to any small business people here. So with that being said, if you have a small business, if you are a crafter, if you are a vendor, if you own a restaurant, go ahead and email me at smallbizspotlight210@gmail.com. Send me all the pics and what you have so you can be on my YouTube channel. All right. So thank you so much again for staying to the end. So this was the last video for season 1. That was the important information I do have for y'all, is that I was waiting for the biggest and the best video episode here in time for Christmas, and that's here with Sylvia from the Artisan.
Thank you.
All right. So keep an eye. Don't go anywhere. Keep telling people about my YouTube channel. I need more subscribers so we can get more people to watch their videos and get to know their local small business people. Okay, so I am working on season 2, guys, as we speak. So with that, y'all have a great Thanksgiving, and y'all have a fantastic Christmas. Enjoy your family, and shop small.
Yes,
Right?
please shop local, support small businesses during the holiday season, but all year long as
All
well.
year long. So let's make a difference together by thinking big and shopping small. All right, guys? That's a new mantra for 2025.
Absolutely.
Okay, right?
Yep.
Okay, so thank you guys. Y'all have a great Thursday. Have a great weekend, and come see my friend Sylvia tomorrow, Black Friday.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.